welcome to another episode of This Week in Math with Mr. Murrow and
Mr. Villa.
And we are back.
Back again.
I know, right? It's been like, what, 2 weeks or something like that?
Too long. It's been way too long.
The celebration is because we're back, not because we were gone for 2 weeks. We're kind of in an interesting setting, so if people want to say hi? Well, they're not watching us. They're listening to us. That's what a podcast is, children. So we're on location in Mr. Mohan's room.
That's correct. Mr. Mohan's room. We were watching some Super Smash Bros.
Okay, so what's happening here is basically we have started our own Diamond Valley esports.
That's right, and we have absolutely no idea what's going on right now.
Zero.
But, there's a lot of flashes going on. There's jumping.
Yeah.
One of these people or one of these guys are getting really hurt. One just fell off of a cliff.
Yeah.
Okay, and one just went up in a ball of flame there. So. Okay.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we're totally new to this whole gaming system because I'm an Xbox kind of guy. So. Some of the things I play is not Nintendo, so I am such a noob for this. So,
when I played a lot, it was still like Wii, N64. I played a lot of NES.
Okay.
But even the theme music, I was like, okay, this sounds way different than when I played. I played Red Dead 2.
Oh, I remember that.
That one's fun.
That is fun.
Yeah. Okay, so looks like they're at the selection screen. And last time I played Super Smash Bros., it had maybe like half of these guys.
I know. Like seriously, I know maybe a third of these. Okay, so Mario, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Kirby. The only reason I know Kirby because my daughter, she used to play on her. What is that? Game Boy. I used to play Kirby all the time. So. But everything else, there's Pac-Man. That's kind of cool. And we have Sonic the Hedgehog.
So Pichu, I have never seen that one before. I've heard of Pikachu. Is Pichu like an evil twin?
I don't know. Mohan had some funny story about. I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Anybody know who Pichu is?
Yeah, he's the worst. He's the first evolution of Pikachu. Sorry, I'm trying to focus.
Sorry.
Okay, so like baby Pikachu or something.
Is that what it is? I thought Mohan was saying there was like an evil Pikachu or somebody that was trying to be like him. Somebody. Mimikyu? Okay, what's Mimikyu?
I don't know.
Okay.
How dare you not know that? I thought you knew everything.
No. I don't know everything.
You should.
I'm sure.
Anybody else know what Mimikyu? Mimikyu? What?
Are they saying Syracuse?
Bless you.
Okay.
You're like, what? What is Mohan? Yeah, I know.
So Mimikyu.
Okay. So it sounds like you know what you're. All right. School us.
Mimikyu is a shadow under a cloak that's like Gengar or Hunter.
Okay.
It might as well be. Okay.
That's what he is. He's a shadow under a cloak.
There's some vocab in there that I'm not maybe like. Okay, we have a Gengar. Okay, so a Gengar is a
last form of Ghastly.
Last form of Ghastly.
We're going down a rabbit hole here. That So for noobs like ourselves, because I don't know anything about Pokemon. I'm a Star Wars guy. So how would you explain it to somebody who like me and by the way, it's an awesome water bottle with Star Wars. I'm going to probably take that away from you. No, sorry, I'm missing. So somebody who has no idea about this, how would you explain that?
He's like a ghost or a shadow of energy under a cloak.
So I'm going to say it's like Darth Vader with what were those little furry guys?
The Ewoks?
The Ewoks. It's
They're like
Darth
little
Vader
Ewoks.
and the Ewok. Yeah, that's what it is.
Is that what
Makes perfect sense now. Yeah.
The Sith Ewok. I like that, Mr. Brooks.
Exactly.
There you go.
Isabel. Did they just throw a puppy in there and just call it Isabel? Is that what's going on? Or is Isabel actually, does their background to Isabel here?
Does anyone know, is Isabel from something, or did they just throw a dog in there and say, oh, this is Isabel? Is that what happened?
Isabel,
Yeah,
right there.
there's
What's that?
There's a puppy there. It says Isabel. It's on the bottom.
Isabel is from Animal Crossing.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So it's
well, here's
okay.
another controller for
Okay, so
whoever
there's a thing.
wants it.
There's a thing. All right. We're learning.
I know.
There's a whole lot of background here that, yeah.
My God, after a long week of math and trying to learn something new like this, it's seriously going over my head. And I'm a gamer, but I'm not. I'm not new. I'm new to all this. I have no idea. I just know I bought a new Switch for the team, and I have no idea.
Mine.
You know,
Just in there, your turn.
yeah, Bayonetta looks a little bit too relaxed, too, for being in a Smash Brothers here.
That's true.
Everyone else looks ready to go, but Bayonetta looks like she's kind of laying on a beach or something. It's
True.
not good.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, but yeah, it's a good way to end the week. It's been kind of an interesting week. I've been experimenting with my seating in my classroom, and I think it only lasted one day. So,
Oh, you went back?
yeah, I got claustrophobic, bro. Like, seriously, I thought, so I had my group, those that are listening, basically I have my seating in groups, and I've had that for years. And this year, our kids are having a little more difficulty than, focusing, so I tried something drastic, and I only lasted a day. Basically, I set them in rows, and then at the end of the day, I felt like all this pressure all of a sudden, and I just realized, oh my God, it's because I'm feeling claustrophobic. Like, literally, my room is not big in comparison to your room or Mr. Zarina next door. I just don't have the room.
Yeah, it's you need a place to walk. You can't have too many objects around,
Yeah.
backpacks and things. If the walking room starts to shrink, then it can start to feel kind of cramped in there, and it just kind of creates that claustrophobic environment.
Yeah,
Like,
true indeed. So
feel stuck.
yeah, so this week it's been a lot of week where we've been trying some. Just talking about video games. We've really been focusing on a little bit of tech in our classroom, which is kind of totally different for us. Like it's a little bit of a learning curve. So if parents are listening to this, we were really focusing on trying to do a lot more of the math online and just doing some out of the box kind of things as of late.
Well, there's a few reasons why the digital is. I'm feeling like it's stronger because it just keeps track of the work. It eliminates the entire, the idea of, I had it this week.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
totally.
turned it in. It's right there. It's there's no mistaking it.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes the grading process easier, and on top of it, it's just a much better organized way to do it. Parents can go back, and if there's missing assignments, they can look right there and see the assignment. And there's no confusion about
exactly.
where to find or how to do. It's all there. It's all laid out. So.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's the same thing. It was it helps the kids get a little more organized because it's not like now technically they should really be using their planners to keep that, but digitally seems to be the way. They're a lot easier for them to. Let's be real. They're so used to having a phone in front of them and. Everything's so digitalized that seeing it on Google Classroom with all their classes and all their assignments listed, it's a little easier for those kiddos.
And on top of that, too, the digital assignments get them a little bit more tech savvy. Like there's different things they can do. Like a lot of kids didn't know how to highlight. Some kids didn't know how to arrange the order for objects and things.
Yeah.
So they're learning how to use slides. They're getting a little bit more savvy with all the programs too.
Yeah.
So that's always a plus, and we're always encouraging what they call the 21st century classroom. So
That's true.
it's a good way to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So the feedback has been pretty good. Like I said, it's new for the kiddos. It's actually, like I said, I'm very techie and I love it. And it's just even I have had to adjust a little bit, but I finally found something that works really well for me. So it incorporates a lot of the tech and also a little bit of the old school. So I found a nice happy medium. But the kids seem to love it. So
I'm just starting out the what was it called? It was Screencastify.
Oh, Screencastify. Yeah.
Where I can record lessons via the computer, and I already had the tutorials before. I could do it on paper, but this is just like opens a whole new way for me to communicate with students.
Yeah.
And that way they can rewind the lesson, they can go back to it. And the more we get into this, the more I like the direction it's going. So
totally.
That's just an extra resource that is good. On top of it, assignments, we could on paper. I mean, we could do an activity where we do like a mix and match type.
Yeah.
But in the computer, it's just a lot easier. You can do drag and drop type things.
Yeah.
A lot more. It just opens up a whole different set of activities you can do.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm actually really liking the idea, and now it's like motivating because I actually played around with that idea a couple of years ago when I was teaching sixth grade. But I don't think the kids were quite ready for all that tech. But now this time around, I feel like they could probably handle that. And the idea of, basically what we're doing is kind of like a flip classroom, basically by doing. Providing those lesson plans pre-recorded where they can actually go back and rewind and rewatch the lessons, which is, because let's be real, sometimes these kids are so tired and they're not focused, so it would be nice for them then to go back and rewatch the lessons.
And we have a way of explaining things, and it is one way to do it. But if we bring in like an ed puzzle where kids have a tutorial, and during the tutorial there's like little question breaks.
Yeah.
And they answer the questions during the video, like checks for understanding. That's just another resource for them, and I think it gets them used to the idea that you don't have to limit yourself to just what you hear in class or just what you see on one site. You can go and explore and find things out for yourself as well. So I hope some kids are picking up on that they don't have to stick to just one format. They can go out and look for it themselves.
Exactly. So no, I'm pretty stoked at the direction we're going. It's very different for us. Like I said, I kind of dabbled a little bit, but it seems like we're now like really proactively trying some new techniques. And so far, I was worried a little bit because of the lack of work, but all of a sudden, just try to pressure them and say, you know what, I'm gonna put some. Oh man, my brain just. I was watching. I was looking at the fighting here and I just lost the train of thought. But deadlines, basically put some deadlines, and all of a sudden, miraculously, the stuff is starting to be turned in. So, if you're in Mr. Murrow's class, I have now instituted 1 week for assignments to be turned in, and then after that, I start docking points. It's just to keep the kids on task. Cause I had a policy where I would take it at the end of the triad, but now that I imposed a 1 week, period, then all of a sudden work was being turned in like a lot. So it makes me a happy camper right now.
That's a great idea. Right now we have only 2 weeks before.
Is that all we have left? Seriously?
Before
Wow.
the end of the triad. So
Okay.
I know there's a learning curve involved whenever we try something new.
Yeah, true.
And so I have a lot of kids turning in assignments after it went in as missing. So over the weekend we're gonna have a few assignments going in, and
Yeah, true.
I feel like after that happens, I'm going to have a lot of students saying, how do I get to it? So I'm thinking of starting a page on my class page. It's going to be separate from Google Classroom. It's through Aries Visit website. But, they go there, and then they will have access to how to do their missing assignments, or a link to it or something, so that it's just all in one place. They can just look like, okay, here's what I can do, here's what I need to do for this assignment, and get it all done there.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I should probably do the same thing. Like some little tutorials about how to, upload stuff, just like basic stuff. All right, so Mr. Mohan, what is all this? What are we looking at here? We were just talking math, but now that you are here, what is all this nonsense?
Well, first of all, I'm noticing this is a certified Pokemon controller, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
It is a GameCube, wireless GameCube controller, specifically designed for Pokemon masters and those who enjoy the fine Pokemon goodness.
What are some of the characteristics that would define a true Pokemon master?
Well, you gotta love your Pokemon. You gotta treat them nicely. You gotta treat them with respect and love and kindness. You gotta be committed to your cause, to be the best.
So you can't
gotta knock my chairs down.
and knock my microphones over there.
So you can't just come in and just buy yourself a high level Pikachu and come in and just kind of
no,
shelve
see,
it.
a Pokemon's affection cannot be bought.
Ah.
You know,
I see.
they are living things that, you know, need kindness and, you know, friendship.
It's the things
I
you don't
agree
see.
with that.
It's the things you don't
You know,
see.
they are not tools to be used. They are not
to be exploited.
Yep, they are not tools for exploitation.
So they're for the greater good.
Absolutely. And also,
Exactly.
you know, they're your buddies.
Uh,
Ultimately, that's what it comes down to.
is it possible to catch them all?
I'm sorry, what?
Is it possible to catch them all?
It's hard, and you have to be determined. But yes, it is possible to catch them all.
If you had to put a number on it, how many people would you say have actually caught every single one?
That's a hard question because there's a lot.
Oh, really?
And there's more coming out.
Oh, okay. See, I was thinking it was like a hand select, like there's like maybe 3 guys out there that have actually, you know, got all these. So they're coming out with them on a pretty frequently, on a monthly.
Every so often they come up with new Pokemon.
Okay.
They have a new game coming out in November.
It's called
Oh.
Sword and Shield.
Yep, it is called Sword and Shield.
Are we going to see any more of the Pikachu detective?
That I don't know. I'm guessing they're thinking of making some more, but I'm not entirely sure on that.
Okay. Yeah, we're learning lots. I mean,
I know.
I'm so far behind.
I
on
have
all-
no idea about any of
Yeah,
this.
I have.
Nada, zero.
Man, like Charizard. That one looks familiar. I'm pretty sure that's a popular one, right?
He's one of the popular ones.
Okay. See, we're learning.
So just out of curiosity, Pokemon Go, is that still popular?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's still, you know, thousands of people that play it every day.
Was there? Am I
don't
hearing
get-
wrong? I thought I heard something on the news where they canceled an option where you could do it while driving or something. Or am I hearing wrong? Like because people were getting
Well, yeah,
into
you don't
accidents or
you don't
something.
want to play any game while driving. That's just
Okay.
not safe.
Okay, I might have misheard that one. All right, so right now there's a fierce battle going on between Johnny and Yesenia.
Okay, so now, all right, so if I'm like seriously a noob to this console, I mean, I played my share of Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. So as the percentage goes up, that's a bad thing? Is that what it is, Mr. Mohan?
Yeah, the higher percentage, the more you get knocked back.
Is that what it is? So what does that indicate? Because like I said, I'm such a noob.
Basically, yeah. So the higher percentage means you're taking a lot more damage, which means you're gonna get knocked back a lot more.
Oh, that's interesting. Like I'm so used to like when you're being punched in like Mortal Kombat, you're losing the number. And, like the little bar goes down into there's nothing, and then you get the, you know, you get knocked out.
All right, so Johnny and Yesenia, what's going on in your game here?
We're 1-1. We're even right now.
Okay, and Little Mac, who's the boxer?
Yeah, who's playing the boxer?
Me, Jasenia.
Okay, Yesenia.
That was the guy in Mike Tyson's Punch Out, the original.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, Little
oh,
Mac.
no way. Okay,
Yeah.
I see it now. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, that brings back memories.
Right, that was a tough game.
Oh, my God, that was hard. I remember playing hours and hours of, what was that? Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Yeah, I remember that.
I got up to Mike Tyson. I never really. There's like a pattern or
Yeah.
something. I never did
Yeah.
it, but
I
it was
remember.
one of those bucket list things, you know, like go back and beat Mike
and
Tyson.
you won?
I won, Johnny.
Oh.
All right.
Listen, that's not fair because her character did more damage than mine, and I couldn't get her off the map. It doesn't care.
She don't care. She's like,
Okay.
Yesenia, I was like, I still beat you.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
And my hands are sweaty.
Whoa. Okay.
All right, so okay,
Fierce
so Yesenia,
competition.
so what is so somebody like myself and Mr. Villa who is new, any how do you practice this? I mean, do you just play it, or do you know the certain moves? How do you do it?
I know the moves because my dad showed me, and he usually is the one that plays Little Mac, and I'm the one that plays Link. And sometimes he wins me, but I'm the one who's the winner of my whole family.
Okay, so they're basically a set of commands, kind of like a Street Fighter and all those games, right? So similar.
Yeah, similar.
All right.
They
All
even
right.
have the duck hunt dog in here.
I know,
That's
I saw
cool.
that. The duck hunt and
Someone else.
I'm trying to see who else. I'm trying to look at King Diddy.
Banjo and Kazooie. That's an
Diddy
older
Kong.
reference there.
Okay.
I remember I played Mr. Game Watch. That was one of my more favorite ones. It's like a silhouette of a guy, and he like morphs into different
Yeah.
stuff. He
And
has
what is
cool
the
tools.
King Falcon? I don't.
King Falcon. Shoot.
I have no idea because he
if I
kind of
saw
looks like
him-
Judge Dredd, like from the comic book. So it looks like eerily close, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, if I saw him, I'd probably know. Yeah.
So apparently we're still working, like with this Friday, we are trying to still like limit or not limit, but find our total of 8 players to be part of our team. And from what I was just talking to Mr. Brooks, I guess the competition is actually sooner, somewhere in November at West Valley High School apparently.
Whoa.
So I was like, okay, no pressure now.
Jeez. It's serious out here.
Yeah. So, but you know what? It definitely the moment we mentioned the club, the interest was definitely there for sure. Yeah. Basically, what we had said is, we're treating this like a real sport. Like, well, okay, it kind of is. And nowadays, esports is really there's a huge industry. And we had said that you have to have at least a C- or better, and obviously no behavior issues to be part of the team. And also, since you represent our school. If you're in the team, you're being held to really high standards. So, but the kids are motivated. I can tell you, I don't know about you, Via, but I know for me, I had kids coming to me almost daily going, how do I fix my grade? How do I fix it? I want to be part of the team.
No, I have a lot of students right now coming up and looking for any way to do it. Unfortunately, we don't offer extra credit. We just offer the credit that's there. But the good thing is they can redo anything up until the triads. So,
Yeah.
And that's 2 more weeks. So,
All right.
yeah, those of you looking to improve your grade, that's the way to do it. And also, we should be wrapping up our unit pretty
Yeah,
soon
very
for
soon,
Chapter
yeah.
2, which means that test is coming, and that's going to be a huge way because most students are lacking in the summative. That's our test and quiz
Yep.
scores. So that's the most that's the number one way to improve your scores. Do well on the test, and if you don't do well on the test, do test corrections.
Yeah.
That will get your grade up by a lot.
True indeed. Yeah, and I know. I didn't realize until before we started recording that. It's gonna end of the triad is in 2 weeks. So
Right.
that's nuts. So, but yeah, that's probably going to be worth a lot. It's because we only had one summative assignment, and now we're going to have a second one coming up very soon.
Right.
So, but
Olimar. That's a new guy.
yeah, I know. I was noticing this.
Oh, we got a question here.
Yes.
If you're watching this, why aren't you subscribed yet?
Oh.
Subscribed.
Subscribed. Okay. I don't know yet. Basically, this is only on audio, but maybe I should start putting our podcast and make them video podcasts.
Oh, you mean like a...
Acacia, you're nothing to us.
Oh.
Wow, look at that. A little bit of...
Little
shots
friendly.
fired. Shots fired.
Yeah, true indeed.
I mean, we did do a Acacia has no. I'm just saying.
Is that right? Okay.
Okay, put it out there. You put
All
it
right,
out there.
Acacia.
Yep, the gauntlet is thrown.
There you go. I think we just recently did another challenge with science teachers. Just go blowing stuff up. No, implosion of a cannon or recently. So, and they put out a challenge to the other schools. So that was cool.
Okay, yeah. No, so Acacia, if you're there at Acacia Middle School, you heard it here.
Yeah.
Yep, Diamond Valley. We're hungry out here. Super Smash Brothers. So,
True.
oh man, it's gonna happen.
Nice. Okay, so he has a little duck. I'm
He has
on
a
his
duck.
character. And well, wait a minute. This little guy that looks like a little Martian. He has like little characters who's playing against Mario.
Oh, Olimar.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this is more than one person can play at the same time?
You can play up to 4, I think.
You can play up to 4 people on here?
Right.
No, you can play up to 8 people.
8 people? Oh my God! Wow.
Okay.
That's more than I remember.
Wow. All right. So that could, if you're not familiar with this game, it's really, there's a lot going on. I mean, seriously, I'm having a hard time even following the action. I started playing it a little bit last night when I got the Switch, and I even had a hard time just playing against the computer. But now it's like there's a lot going on. I don't even know.
I don't know if Teletubbies are still a thing, but Olimar looks like he has a couple of them.
Yeah,
at
sure
all
does.
times with him, so they're
Not
giving
so-
him either support or they're just following him. But bad timing. for
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
Yeah, they just jumped off the cliff with him.
Wow.
Okay, we're even.
Well,
Okay.
Mario's outfit, it's like looks kind of like a peppermint, like the kind you would take at out when leaving a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's his new thing, but
Yeah.
I gotta say I like the solid red a little bit more. That's just
Yeah.
my preference there. Oh, it's a Oh, I see it now. It's the flag. Okay, because I just saw he had a blue shirt with the stars on it. Okay, well, it's patriotic. I mean,
There you go.
Okay, all right. I thought they were just trying to make him look more like a mint. I'm like, okay, I
Like
don't
a
know.
mint. Yeah. Well, it
Like,
kind
I
of
don't
looks.
know
His
why you
hat
would
looks like
want
a
it.
mint.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why you would want to. Guess you could, but
Yeah, that's true. All right, so Mr. Mohan, how many people do we have in the team? What's the latest information that for parents? I mean, do we have a team? What I mean, are we still looking? What's the dealio?
All right. So right now it looks like 10 students managed to at least do the entry level requirements, which is to beat a level 9 computer character. Level 9 is basically the hardest difficulty that a character can go up to. So now it's just a matter of picking our top 5.
All right. So how's that process going to work?
So we're gathering the students who competed and beat the CPU, and then we're going to have a elimination tournament sort of a thing. Right now, we're not quite sure how we're doing that. Mr. Saldana will have more information about that.
maybe like a bracket system or something.
Yeah.
Oh, a bracket system. That would be really rad.
Yeah, so there is a bracket system in Smash, Super Smash Brothers. So that's going to be easy. We just gotta gather them because the competitions are in November against West Valley. So we got
Against West Valley?
against West Valley.
Wow.
So we got a bunch of big kids going to be looking down at the little kids, like, So we gotta get our competition
we gotta
on.
step our game up. We gotta step our game up.
Wow. So that's crazy. Yo, Saldana, you available?
Yeah.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Saldana. I actually have some very, very exciting news regarding the Smash Bros. Tournament. It turns out that it's not only West Valley that has joined the fray. We also have the Western Center Academy and another one of the high schools. It looks like so far Diamond Valley may be the only middle school, along with a couple middle school schools from Western Academy Center. But we're going to be competing against other high schools. This is going to be really, really exciting.
Wow. That's a bombshell right there. Wow.
So Diamondbacks, Diamond Mines, we got to make sure we keep our grades up. We got to make sure we keep practicing. We want to represent our school and not only beat everybody out here in the district, but also make it to the higher levels and go and compete against schools from other districts. Remember, this is a county-wide competition. Everybody in the Riverside County will be competing for the top players. Championships will happen at Norco College in January, and it will be live stream. Huge event, guys.
Wow. We went from just kind of seeing where
I
this
know,
thing
right?
is going to now this is pretty epic what's going on.
I know.
right now.
Seriously, this is. I mean, granted, I'm new to this platform, but this is something I've been wanting. And somebody brought that to my attention like a couple years ago, and I'm like, I don't know if we could ever pull this off. But I mean, this is actually happening. So, how did this all happen? By the way, I'm curious.
Great question. Well, we gotta give it credit to Mr. Ronzi. He runs the West Valley High School esports club. I guess this is something that actually the Riverside County Office of Education put up. Then Mr. Ronzi took it upon himself to inform all of the schools at in Hemet Unified, and so we got the email. And then we decided that we should do this. Thanks to the efforts of everybody involved, Mr. Brooks, Mr. Muro, Mr. Monge, Mr. Vasquez, Mr. Maldonado, Mr. Saldana, and Mr. Villa. Making it all happen together. It's taken a lot of effort and everybody. So now we got an esports club.
That's awesome to know that the Riverside County Office of Education is backing this thing.
Absolutely.
That means that we have a direction, we have a lot of support.
And the kids, obviously, the kids are really into it. We had quite a bit of kids show up. But I want to give another shout out to Mr. Workman.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, because
Yes.
I asked him. I just went up to him and I said, "Hey, can we do this?" And without hesitation without having to think about it, he gave us his blessing. So
Well, you heard how quickly he answered the absolute value question. I mean, it was just like a reaction. It was just.
So big shout out to Mr. Workman that he is allowing this to happen. So I'm kind of wondering what's up with all the other middle schools do. Well, what's happening.
Well, we already had a shout out to Acacia, so we're gonna see if.
So
I'm
just saying, Acacia, Rancho Viejo, Dartmouth,
Yep.
Western Center. Well, like what? Like what's up?
Well, you said
Y'all
Western
don't wanna join us?
Center's in here, right?
That's correct, Mr. Villa. Well, I know that it's a Western Center Academy. I think there may be a couple of middle school players, but I'm imagining that most of it is high school. And I went ahead and confirmed, and it is also Taquit High School.
Whoa.
So we got Taquit High School, Western Center Academy, Western Valley High School, and of course our school. And in reference to something you said earlier, yes, the Riverside County Office of Education is behind this. They already hosted a first tournament in summer in another console. They realized that esports are serious. They're here to stay. Matter of fact, latest tournament nationwide for all ages happened in Las Vegas just over summer. We had 3,500 people show up to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and the winner went ahead and won $20,000. Again, this is for all ages, so there was mostly adults, but esports is serious. It's here to stay. So we're now training the next generation of esport athletes.
Okay, well, I might just have to get in shape. You said $20,000. Is that what you said? I just want to make sure that was correct. So that's
and recently, for another game, for what's the game called? Fortnite. The top player was a high schooler, and he won, I believe, $3 million.
Okay.
At one of the latest Fortnite esports competition, where like over 100,000 people, took part in. And so I think it was 100,000. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but there was quite a few. And he won, 16-year-old kid now has $3 million in his pocket. So
all right, so
that's some serious competition.
So if we look at statistics for like labor and for workforce, you might see like doctor, lawyer, esports club member.
Yeah, esports
it'll
gamer.
be like a career choice now, is what.
Yeah,
is what we're
so
saying.
it's a serious thing, but obviously, like Mr. Saldana said, we don't want the kids to neglect their grades.
No.
Or their responsibility at home. Mom and dad, is still in charge at home.
Yes.
We do want the kids to practice, but we also don't want them glued to the screen for 5 hours.
Well, it's
That's
not good.
healthy.
It rots. If you spend anything in excess.
Yeah,
it's
anything
not good.
in excess is not the best. So,
And
we want you guys to practice, to do your best, but, don't neglect what's important.
And yes, students, remember, parents' rules are the rules. So whatever they say, that's what goes.
Please don't neglect your eating. Please eat. Please bathe. Please sleep. You need all these things in order to survive. You cannot join the esports club if you are not around to join us. So
Right. Yeah, that would be it'd be a little bit ridiculous, but if somebody actually
it is something that has.
Oh, that happens?
It has happened where there has been times where esports players spend too much time, gaming. They don't eat, they have like Monster Energy drinks, and they sit like for 20, 30, 40 hours, right? Just straight gaming. And unfortunately, they get blood clots and they end up passing away. So, that hasn't happened for a while. And, we're not saying, it's going to get that extreme. Of course not.
I'm just going to put it out there that if you ever find yourself in a place where you're playing so much that you say, I don't need to eat, you're playing too much.
Absolutely.
You're playing way too much.
I've been playing games for a long time.
Yep.
I love video games. I love Smash Bros. I love Pokemon. But, there will be times where I'll be playing and I'm like, wow, I'm hungry. I think I'm going to stop for a second to get something to eat.
Well, it's you should only play. Really screens at all. I've heard after an hour you need to take like a 15-minute, 10-minute break. Because
you don't want to be stuck on the screen for hours and hours and hours at a time.
I mean, just play. I mean, really, me personally, an hour is already kind of a. That's a long. I mean, and that I wouldn't even think of like on a daily basis. But that's
Yeah,
just
I
me.
mean,
That's
just
me.
like when you're binge watching your favorite show, right? Occasionally you get up and you're like, oh, I got to use the restroom. I got to get some snacks.
Yeah.
I got to, eat.
Yeah,
it's time to sleep.
My screen time.
I have
is-
to pay my
is
bills.
really
I have to go to
limited,
work.
personally. I personally like books more. That's me. I mean, I like books. I like doing more like physical activity, type.
Yeah, but
actual,
I mean, even think about physical activity,
outdoor
right?
sports, things like that. So
Yeah, but think about physical activity. Even then, you don't spend 5 hours doing, push-ups, sit-ups. At some point your body's like, we need a break. We need a calming down. Same thing. Your eyes, need a break. Your mind needs a break. You gotta get up. You gotta move around. Otherwise, you end up chunky.
yeah, you
chunky
have to
monkey.
know. You have to know your limits.
You don't want to end up chunky monkey.
No. Chunky Monkey. That's a non-dairy flavor too for ice cream.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
I didn't realize
Johnny.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that wraps up this week's edition of This Week in Math. Murrow is
Slash science, I guess.
yes
Slash
science
esports.
and science and esports and Super Smash Brothers. Let's just throw it all in there.
Yeah, why not? This has been another episode of
This week in
This
lots
Week at
of stuff.
This Week at Diamond Valley.
It's like when my dad makes sauce. He just kind of he makes an assortment of ingredients in there, and he blends it. It's hit and miss. It's hit and miss, but sometimes But yep, that's this week. All right.
All right.
Till next time.
Y'all have a good time now.
All right. See you then.
Peace.
Later.